Thank you, Mr. Chair. My name is Ron Sloan. I'm the Director of the Colorado Bureau of Investigation. I would say up front that the Colorado Bureau of Investigation and the Colorado Department of Public Safety firmly believe that there is a public safety interest, a compelling public safety interest involved in House Bill 13, 1229 and 1228. And that compelling public interest is in terms of prevention. And I would share with you the following data that gives you an idea of the type of prevention that we're talking about. And I would bring your attention to not the percentages, but the raw numbers. I think the raw numbers speak for themselves, that those who are, the function and role of Colorado Institute through CBI is to try to be twofold. Number one, prevent the transfer of firearms to an individual who is prohibited by law to possess a firearm. And number two, alongside with that, provide the best customer service that we can provide to not inconvenience those who are attempting to purchase or have a firearm transferred to them, and the businesses that operate the businesses, the FFLs, that actually sell those firearms. So given that backdrop, I would share with you the following calendar year 2013 data. During 2013, the Colorado Bureau of Investigation Institute processed 396,955 requests for transfer of a firearm. Of that 300,096,955, there were 7,351 denials, initial denials on those firearm transfers. To put it into perspective with House Bill 1229 in particular, which went into effect July 1 of 2013, through December 31st of 2013, there was a total of transactions processed by sales through an FFL and or private transfers, which House Bill 1229 involved, of 161,146 total checks that were conducted. Of those, 154,948 were the retail FFL sales, 6,198 were private transfers that were covered under House Bill 1229 from last year. Of the of the FFL sales transactions, 2,986 were denied a transfer. Of the private transactions, 122 were denied a transfer. What that represents in terms of percentages is in the FFL denials, 1.9% of all the transactions. Of the private denials, 1.97% of those transactions. In calendar year 2013, the total number of denials of firearms transfers were 7,351. The appeals that were received were 4,211. Now, we believe that the appeals are a function, that's 57% of all the denials are appealing the denial, the initial denial. On the 4,211 who appealed their initial denial, there were 2,150 of those that were reversed. There was 1,471 that the denials were upheld as prohibited to possess. There were 325 30-day appeal letters, and in House Bill 10-1411, Colorado Bureau of Investigation has 30 days to conduct that background investigation on the initial denial. And if we cannot determine whether the denial should be reversed or upheld, then we issue a 30-day final determination letter which allows the firearm to be transferred. Okay? There were 325 of those issued, and then all of our appeals data is a snapshot in time. because it's changing all the time for the ones that are in appeal. And those appeals that were still in process at the time that December 31st, when this data was collected, there were 261. So that's 4% that were still in the process of being investigated.